Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Troy, aka T King Mode, and welcome to the RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube page. Make sure you like and subscribe. Today, we're gonna be doing some trade talk. 2 buys, 2 sells. So let's get into the episode. My first buy is going to be Brian Robinson. B-Rob is definitely the real deal. Entering Week 11, he was 3rd in total touchdowns and 7th in receiving yards. In Week 11, he had 17 rushes for 73 yards, 7 receptions for 58 yards. And in Week 10, he had 6 receptions on 6 targets for 119 yards. Brian Robinson isn't known for being a pass-catching back, but he's done nothing but be a PPR machine the past 2 weeks. Antonio Gibson is also dealing with the injury, so that might play a little bit of a factor, but regardless, Brian Robinson has had a healthy workload all season, which shouldn't be diminishing anytime soon, so I would go out and buy him right now. Next buy is Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren as a starter has not disappointed. In Week 11, he had 9 rushes for 129 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions for 16 yards. He's also scored back-to-back weeks and has gone over 100 yards in back-to-back weeks. He's really the only positive thing about the Steelers' offense at the moment, and the Steelers should continue to feed him. His speed and explosiveness has produced nothing but fantasy goodness, and now's the time to buy high on the Steelers' RB1. My sells is George Pickens. Unlike his teammate Jaylen Warren, Pickens has not been thriving over the past few weeks. In Week 11, Pickens put up 4 receptions on 6 targets for 38 yards. Pickens hasn't topped 50 yards or 4 receptions since Week 7. He also hasn't scored since Week 8. Outside of Jaylen Warren, the offense is pretty anemic, and I want no parts of this passing game with Kenny Pickett under the helm, so for me, I'm trying to sell on as soon as possible. Last sell is Quentin Johnson. It's just not happening, y'all. Johnson in Week 11, he only put up 2 receptions on 6 targets for 21 yards, not even mentioning that key drop at fourth quarter. He also only had 1 touchdown on the season, and he's only hit 50 yards once this season. This is with Mike Williams on IR and Josh Palmer being on IR. If he can't produce when some of the top receivers on his team are gone, when is he going to produce? I know he's just a rookie, so long term, I'm not going to be freaking out. But for this year, I basically have lost hope in terms of him producing for fantasy. I'm trying to sell him to anybody who believes in him. But for this season, I'm trying to move on. I'm out. Now it's time for a summary of my buys and sells. My buys are Brian Robinson and Jaylen Warren. Both of them are getting a lot of work for their respective teams, and I don't see that work diminishing anytime soon. And my sells are George Pickens and Quentin Johnson. Both have been very disappointing over the past few weeks, and I don't see them turning around, so I'm trying to move on ASAP for anyone who does believe in the talent of both of them. Well, that's it. That's the list, folks. Thank you so much for listening, and make sure you like and subscribe to the RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube page. Make sure you follow me, T King Mo, on all platforms. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good one.